These are wonderful days. Days that are red make me so happy. Guys, look at this. This is absolutely incredible. I don't think I have this. Nasdaq down 5.16, Dow down 3.94, S&P down 4.3%. It has been a crazy year. I don't believe this mess is over. I still believe stocks have another 40 to 50% to go down, if not more, but we'll see what happens. That sounds crazy. I understand that. If you want to understand why, keep watching the video. Mo, what'd you think of today?
I saw Apple wiped off $154 billion in market cap today. They were down nearly 6%. The promising thing for me about this was the volume was there. Usually when you get these big down days or these big up days, you don't see the
there was volume.
but you had average volume, you had beyond average volume on some of the indices. So
what does that mean?
That basically says that if there's not a lot of volume going in one direction, it just really means there's not a lot of consensus. So we could have had half of the average volume today. That means, yeah, the market was down, but maybe it's not going to sustain. The fact that so many people, most of the volume of the market agreed that we were going to be selling today, that's a great thing. That can continue into tomorrow.
So what does this mean for the future? You know, if you're new to this channel, I'm Paul, that's Mo. We're both value investors. Our goal is to use our 8-pillar process to evaluate companies, and we also look at the long-term aspects of a business and the markets to determine where we stand. We're not pessimists, we are realists. We sit there and look at the data in the market. Right now, there are 3 major indicators that we look at for long-term value of the market. Stock market to GDP, price to sales ratio, and a 10-year cyclically adjusted PE ratio. All 3 say that the market is over double the value. Now, you might be looking at it saying, no, you can't look at those things. If you say that, I understand completely. I used to be exactly in your camp. And the only thing that you're saying is, it's different this time. Spoiler alert, Mo?
It's not.
It is not different this time. It never will be different. We had the internet age in 2000. It wasn't different then. And trust me, EV is not the same as the internet. I was reading Peter Thiel's book, 0 to 1, yesterday. He literally says things in there that are absolutely replicating today. Yeah. Companies with no revenue. The hype was if your name was .com, you automatically skyrocketed. Right now, if you have electric vehicle or SPAC in your name, it's skyrocketing like crazy. So right now, the market is down a lot. Nasdaq heavy. By the way, how's our friend Bitcoin doing during the hedge against stocks?
So Bitcoin was supposed to be the hedge of all hedges. It was the hedge against inflations, wars, everything. And what is Bitcoin sitting at? 20,000 right now?
And it was down, now it's showing 0.14, but earlier today it was down at 1.10%, but it was also down. The whole point is, the only thing Bitcoin is hedging is what, Mo? Your wealth.
Exactly. Bitcoin is a hedge against you being wealthy and making money. That's exactly what it is. This is actually this is probably the worst hedge that you could possibly pick.
So if you look at this, Bitcoin, going back to last Friday, got up to 6% up, and finished now down 5%. So 11% swing in the last 24 hours for Bitcoin. Guys, I don't really understand I understand why we get excited. We get excited about ways to make money very quickly, very fast, but these things have to weed themselves out. And right now we're in a market and we're in an economy that's uncertain. And you know, it's funny, a year ago, a lot of people said, well, I don't see what could cause these things to happen. Back in February, I would have never thought Ukraine. And you're right, I didn't know about Ukraine and Russia, but you know what I always said? Go look back at our 1,700 videos. The analogy I always gave was, I don't know what's going to happen, but it will happen. The beautiful analogy by John Hussman is, in a room filled with gasoline and a fire in the corner, you don't know which spark will blow it up, but guess what? There will be a spark that blows it up. We do know that. Go look at the last 20 years of history. How many things have happened that we never projected to happen? That's the point. Who would have thought we had 9% inflation? Well, actually, we talked about inflation.
Yeah, we talked a lot about inflation.
Look at our videos a year and a half ago. We talked about writing these checks going, how's this not going to lead to inflation? But either way, I'm not trying to say we're brilliant guys. Spoiler, we are brilliant guys. But
we are brilliant.
The markets have to weed out the crap. We have to get the average person saying, I've given up on stocks. Now, you're on this channel for a reason. You want to learn more. I get it. I encourage you to watch our past videos. If it makes sense to you, keep watching them. I'm telling you, you're going to love watching our videos if you get afraid of stocks going down, because we'll be the ones saying, this is a beautiful day. And this is absolutely beautiful. If you check out That's Bitcoin. If you check out my Instagram account, which is right here, well, we can't tell you, it's right here, at Paul Gabriel, go back and look at COVID. Look at COVID times. There are pictures of me kissing the screen down 7%. And if you want Mo's, it's at Trader Mo_EM. But I have literally videos of me, pictures of me kissing the screen at down 7%, down 8% during the COVID crash. Remember how exciting those times were?
Oh, they were fantastic. Those were my favorite times in the office. We had the CNBC on the television, and everybody was out. Everybody was getting all hustled.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was great.
And guess what? I have a short on the Nasdaq right now. It's gone very well this year. Guys, this is a different time. We need to weed this stuff out. This is the way we look at it. Every bull market looks like this. And I've said in past videos that I thought we were somewhere over here. And in recent videos, I've said, I think we're around here. Because I felt like that June, that rebound, oh, we're all done. It's all safe. We're all good. Don't worry. Hug me, hold me. I'm just telling you, I really believe we're there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I will tell you, it might end up being this, but we're still on our way down.
Yeah, this is the great thing that you're going to start seeing. We had our peak, and it's good to see these kind of things. You don't want to have that COVID just ultimate fall, because what happens right after a fall? Well, it comes right back up. That's why this nice, steady decline where you have these 10% rallies, 20% rallies, whatever it is, we go into a bear market and we come out of a bear market. Bear market's over. Everybody says, we're good. We're no longer in a bear market.
If you go back to 2000, go look at the crash then. They had several 15, 20% rebounds in the stocks as it went from here all the way down like this. We have to weed things out. We have to think about it this way. Everybody out there watching believes in Warren Buffett. He always says, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. What that truly means isn't, oh my God, people are scared today because the market's down 5%. Let's buy. It means when people have absolutely said, I cannot own stocks so they don't go up. Our good friend Michael Mosko said, Paul, when I see people giving up on Apple, and then I added Tesla, and he agreed. When people have given up on Apple and Tesla, that's when I feel this market will be over. And that doesn't mean that somebody's bummed out. I literally mean like people, like the stock is selling so dirt cheap that you go, what the heck?
And I think when we start seeing true, consistent outflows of ARK-K, I think that's when you can add that one to the list.
Have they had outflows lately?
They have. They had their first month of outflows since 2020.
And even though the fund was down 75% at one point, they didn't have outflows yet.
Correct.
So that's a good thing. It means people are going like, oh, listen, time to buy. But eventually, people will give up.
One more thing to really focus in on, just to see that people are kind of scared, giving up, whatever. Go to SPACanalytics.com. Last year, I think we had 690 SPACs. This year, we have 70.
Well, did you
100
see
IPOs total?
So that's it. Oh yeah, the IPOs is 63 this year.
It's plummeted.
Last year IPOs were over 1,000. Well, let's look at it this way. Look at IPOs by year. So there's right here. Look at this one, stock analysis. Look at this, going back to 2000, Mo.
There you go.
397 in the boom year of 2000. I'm sure there was more before that. Look at this. This was what I did it in the video today. This video I did earlier today where I showed 2020, 2021 had these number of IPOs. Literally. This, by the way, if you don't understand, IPOs are literally sales events. The investment bankers are hired and they do what's called a road show. What that means is they go on the road and they try to convince people that this company is way better than it actually is. What's so funny?
What you're saying.
It's 100% true. That's literally what they do. That's their job, is to go generate interest in the company. You might sit there and say, well, that makes sense. No, it's marketing.
It's pure marketing. That's all it is.
And guess what? When stocks are really high, everybody wants every stock out there. It's a lot easier to sell. When stocks are bad, look at 08 and 09. 62 and 79 IPOs that year. And by the way, this year, the biggest IPO was today, $1.8 billion. Yep. That's it.
Yep. 1.8 billion. I mean, you were seeing $1.8 billion daily in 2021.
I mean, it was an insane year.
Multiple times a day.
So if this all makes sense to you, I encourage you to follow our channel, subscribe to the channel. This makes sense to you guys. I love it. If it doesn't make sense to you, more power to you. Talk hate in the comments. I love it. We might end up pinning our favorite negative comment. We don't know. But the point is, you need to watch our next video about the market. The upcoming recession could be the opportunity of a lifetime. You really need to watch that video if you're serious about making money. Thanks very much. And don't forget to follow this channel.